your man Sadi Ali, aka SRD, with my man Big Sean, aka Mr. F Love. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? Your mic seemed like it's going in and out a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm all
okay.
right.
All right. Let me
Maybe you got to pull it closer. Yeah,
yeah. Man, grab it up a little bit.
yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just, another day. We got a little heat wave up here in Jersey,
Well,
but
it's
I
yeah.
guess we need it.
What you up to? What's the temperature?
I think today it was like 90, maybe 96 or 97 something. It was high 90s.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it was up there.
Yeah. It was pretty high down here. It's,
Yeah,
close to the hundreds, like 98. Supposed to be in the hundreds the next few days.
yeah, it's getting ready to be smoking now. It's on.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
on.
yeah. So, you know, we like to apologize to you all for being late.
Oh
Sometimes
yeah,
things
yeah,
come
yeah.
up. We can't always start on time, but we here, and we thank you guys for being here. We know you could have been anywhere, and you chose to be here with us. What's up, Miss Thompson? Thompson, Miss Marcy Swindell Thompson. How are you? Yeah, brother. So let's get into it, man.
Okay.
Welcome back, family. Today we're gonna dive into some real world relationship talk. The kind of conversations that most folks have behind closed doors.
You know
So
it.
we're gonna bring it out into the open. So come on, sit back, buckle your seats, get your favorite soft drink, and let's get into it. You know what I mean?
I know it.
Yeah. So we gonna start off with a question that's been around forever. You know, um, is beauty really skin deep, or can it be found inside of a person?
Um, you know what? I chose that question because when I was young, when I was growing up, my mother used to always say, like, if I said somebody was pretty, or like if I seen a girl and I was like,
Right.
"Oh, she look good, she pretty," or something. My mother used to always tell me, you got to look at the inside,"
Okay.
because she used to tell me that a woman could be beautiful on the outside,
Right.
but ugly on the inside. And she used to always tell me that young growing up. I didn't really understand it when I first started hearing it. I really didn't understand what she meant. To me, if somebody was pretty, they was pretty. I ain't
Right.
give a damn about a little sassiness or sarcasm. But
Right.
then as I got older, I start understanding it, and I start running into females that was beautiful, face, body, but had the nastiest attitude, and sometimes unbearable attitude, to the point where like, I don't even want to be around you. Like, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't even want you around me. You know what I mean? Like, like, your attitude, your demeanor, your character is so bad. And that's when I started learning what you could be pretty on the outside, but you could be ugly on the inside.
Hey,
and
hey, yeah.
so all to wrap it up, all in all, it's a very true statement, because and it might, it could flip. You could flip it. He might be a nice looking guy, and he might be arrogant, narcissistic, um, or just an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess that would define, he looked nice on the outside and ugly on the inside. So you ugly, you got an ugly soul. But I just thought about that today because I ran into a situation, and and it just as it was happening with the person it was happening, it struck me in my mind that I remember what my mother said. Like somebody could be beautiful on the outside, but ugly on the inside. What you think about it?
Uh, First, I want to say what's up to everybody out there. How you doing? You know, sometimes you be, you know, we don't. I don't want to interrupt the brother when he's speaking. So if you say hi and I don't answer you back, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just that I'm letting the brother finish his statement. You know. So how you doing? Hope you're having a great week, and I hope you're looking forward to a beautiful weekend.
Mm.
Now, the when you brought the question up, it brought me back to a Temptation song. Beauty's only skin deep. Yeah, yeah. She may be fine on the outside, but she's ugly in the inside.
I
You know what
forgot
I'm
about
saying?
that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you know, and as we, you know, we mature, we start looking at things differently. You know, as life goes on, it teaches us a little different because you know, most people look with their eyes. They looking at, okay, wow, you know, this person is a nice looking person. You know,
Yo,
I'm attracted to the way they look. However, once you start to get to know the person, now it's about the character. You know, are they kind? Are they considerate? You know, are they selfish? Are they mean? You know, or as you said, are they narcissistic?
yeah,
So there's a lot of different qualities that people can have that can diminish their outside look, their outside beauty. You know, me myself, I like to say people are pretty. Beautiful is when you got it both inside and out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
When you got that, then you're beautiful. Otherwise, you're just pretty. You know, you're just pretty or you know handsome or something like that. You know, I mean, if you're a man, and I'm sure women, you know, see guys that they say they are handsome, and I'm pretty sure we all, most of us, have experienced, you know, meeting somebody that they found very attractive and got to know them or didn't even get a chance to know them because some people be so nasty that they turn you off from the beginning, you know?
yeah.
So other than that, you know, yeah, I think we as a society have gotten away, you know, beauty is being promoted more so than anything. When you talk about you know, enhancing your body, enhancing your features. That's beauty. That's all outside beauty. However, that's fine if that's what you want to do. But I think it's working on some inner self as well. How you treat people, you know, how you carry yourself on a daily basis, those type of things. So that's the way I look at it when it comes to the beauty thing. You know, that's my take on it.
All right. Um, moving right along. This is a good one. Um, it should be it should be this should be a good one because so many people should be able to relate to this, but everybody gonna have a different uh um statement or comment. But anyway, what do you think drives young males into the street life? And I noticed you didn't say black males or white males or Spanish males. You just said young males.
Yeah, yeah, young males. Period. You know, there's, you know, we have a tendency because we are known as black, blackamoors, African American, all that. We have a tendency to go talk about what we know. However, you know, our ethnicity are not the only ones that be in the street. So there are a number of individuals that go into the streets. I think it's influence. You know, in some cases, it's influence. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons that a person could gravitate towards not wanting to be in their home. You know, because ultimately, you choose being outside rather than in your house, and you get caught up in different things by being outside. So some people get caught up because they're looking for companionship that they can't find at home. You know, maybe they're a single child and they don't have no siblings. Or maybe they're the younger child and don't have any siblings. I mean, all the other siblings are older and they can't relate. You know, then they go to school, meet a few people in school. People start saying, "You come by my house, hang out," and then you go into, get introduced to certain things. Like a lot of like people say the gateway drug. You know, you get into smoking. Now you smoke what they call the vapes. You smoke the vapes. Now they got marijuana vapes and things of that nature. So you start smoking, hanging out, get introduced to some drinking or something like that. Before you know it, you done got introduced to some type of crime. And it's all most times it's just for companionship because as human beings, I think it's in our nature to socialize with other people. You know, because when you look at it, you have sororities. You know, you have different organizations. So people get caught up in a lot of different things. You have gangs, and, so there's a lot of different social activities that bring people out of their houses. You know, particularly the streets is being known more so because it's has a negative effect on the neighborhood, so to speak. There's a lot of different elements that are being produced. I would like for other individuals who watch it, what do you think drives young males into the street? You can call us on 973-460. What's that? 1610. 973-460-1610. If you want to, chime in on what do you think causes a male to run into the streets, to get interested in being into the streets? So give us a call.
We ready?
Well, would they say something up with the sound system? Let me see here.
Yeah, man. The set. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I hear Lou. All right, let me see now. All right, I don't hear the static now.
No, now I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So we, hopefully we corrected it. Let us know if we sound more clearer, because
Now,
so
now it sounds good.
it's okay. A lot better. All
You
right,
gotta
thank
stay
you,
right there.
thank you, thank you. Now, as I was saying, you guys can call in and talk to us and let us know what you think could drive a young male into the streets. You can call us at 973-460-1610. That's 973-460-1610. Looking forward to hearing from you, because we rather talk to you guys than read your comments. There's nothing wrong with reading the comments, but we like to hear your voices as well. All right. So, what do you think drive young males into the streets, my brother?
Um, it's a lot of what you see.
Okay.
Um, as much as your parents try to keep you in the house, if you got those kind of parents, to try to keep you in the house and keep you on the right track, the the street lore is the street lore is stronger than your mother's voice or your mother's belt. You know,
That so that attraction.
Attraction, yeah. Um, I think about that a lot, man. I think about that a lot when I think about the things I did,
Right.
and I always like say, man, like you could have went the other way, like you could have did something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, but it was the temptation. It was the like wanting to be accepted, like wanting to stick out, without sticking out. Wanting to be you just you just like want to be somebody. Like me, I always just wanted people to know, like to respect me, you know what I mean, and know my name and stuff like that, and not in a show off type of way. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like
Right.
not being a flunky or not being a nerd or not being weak or a sucker or I don't know. I just wanted to be I just wanted to be fast. I didn't want to be slow. I didn't want to be somebody that people could run game on. I didn't want to be something that somebody could con. I didn't want to be somebody that people could just run over me, use me. I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to I wanted to be right up there, arm in arm, like neck and neck, shoulder to shoulder, like with the other hustlers.
Okay.
I just wasn't I just wasn't trying to be a religious buff. I don't know. I guess I just wasn't trying to be that. I don't know. What about you?
um, for me, as you said, it was the lure. It was the attraction, and someone said the money. The money. You see individuals with nice gear. You know, when you're young, these individuals got a lot of the young ladies flocking to them. They got nice cars. So I guess it was the materialism that attracted me towards the street. Seeing the nice cars, seeing the nice clothes, seeing the jewelry, and just seeing the popularity that some individuals had. The popularity where people, you know, would always feel like this person is that guy. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah,
that guy. Look, guys and girls gravitating towards this individual. So I wanted to, see how that feels. I wanted to be admired. I wanted to be looked up to. So I chose the street life for that very purpose. Now, after some years, I realized, as you said, what if I would have done something different? However, if I had did something different, I wouldn't be who I am now. So I look at it from that aspect and say, well, my journey was my journey because it made me who I am today. And we all could say that. We could all say our journey was our journey because it made us who we are today. The rough times, the smooth times, the catastrophes, all of that made us into who we are today. So for who I am today, based on what I've overcome, I'm grateful and thankful to be here, speaking to the people and, live the life that I'm living and accept the life that I have lived. And hopefully I can use my life to some of the events and experiences in my life to help somebody else.
Yeah,
So that's how I look at it. I look at it as such. That's you know being in the streets to bring different things. You know, so let's let's shift gears. You know, this is one that gets folks fired up. Some say absolutely marriage shouldn't isolate. You know, others say married folks need to protect their union and avoid environments that don't match their lifestyle anymore. So the question is, should a married person hang out with single people?
that's the should a married man hang with his single friends? Should a single woman hang with her single friends?
Right,
I think we all been in scenarios like that. You know what I mean? So we all been in scenario. We've been on both sides. We've been single and had friends that was married. We've been married and had friends that was single.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, you know, it's never been like somebody really twisting your arm to do nothing. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like whatever we did or whatever I did or whatever one of us did, like we made our own choice. Nobody can't make you do anything. So if you married and you got a single friend, it ain't like he can make you do nothing. He might insinuate and suggest it, but I think he a friend can't make you do nothing. But on the flip side of that, would you even want to be put in that situation? You know what I mean? Would you want to go out with your single friend thinking y'all just gonna go out and shoot pool, have a couple of drinks, ride around, sit in cars, play chess? You would be assuming you going out with your friend and have a nice time, boys night out, and then he turn around and he trying to turn you on to a female. He got something set up. I don't really know too many people who would do that. Um, I think, all right, put it like this. I think if the married man and his friend is single and they really good friends, I believe if they really good friends, then they won't have no problem as far as that go. If they really good friends, I don't believe you're gonna have no problems. If it's even a little linking that the single person is maybe a little bit selfish, maybe a little bit, you know what I mean, or don't care maybe or something like that. I could see him, I could see him maybe telling you that, but you gotta think about it. The husband might be influencing the single guy. So we don't know, but I don't know. All in all, I put it like this: um, it don't sound good. A married man and his best friend is single. It don't look good. A married man and single friend, and it's probably not good. I'd say probably in the end, it's probably not good. What you think about it?
I mean, basically, it's like, okay, can a married person be around a single person and not put themselves in a compromising situation? You know, and I think it's doable. As you said, I think it's doable, especially if you have a friend that respects you and respects your marriage.
Right.
Then they won't put you in a compromising situation, and you won't allow yourself to be put in a compromising situation.
Yeah.
So I so the question is basically, can you be go out or hang out with a single person? Yeah, if those dynamics are in place. Like my wife like to use, if you have the boundaries set, you know. So if you have the boundaries set, then sure. If you have a individual who is, you know, uh acting like they're your friend and have envy of you, of course, they're going to put you in a compromising situation because they
Yep.
envy you and they want to disrupt what you have going on. And this question is basically for men and women. This is not just a man question because women get caught up just like men because if a man is a straight man, he's going to get caught up with a woman. So a lot of times it's both of the individuals put themselves in compromising positions and things happen and one thing what they say one thing leads to another and then now you got a full-blown affair going on. So yeah, I think it's possible, and I also would add to it that it's not something that you do consistently. It would be something that you do periodically. Like you said, hang out with the fellas, you know, have a few drinks, shoot some pool, go to a game, play some chess, you know, watch a game, sit and build on some type of business strategy, things of that nature. Those things are all doable when it comes to a friendship, or a brotherhood. So yeah, I would say it can be done. It just has to be done respectfully, and it has to be done periodically. That's my take on it.
Um. All right. Moving right along. Um. Okay. This a lot of people. This is a question that goes around the world every day, and I'm sure it probably get a different answer every time. Are women capable? Are women capable of raising boys into men?
That's one of the questions that, like you said, that's a question that goes around quite often, and it's a question that varies. I would say, depending on individuals, it'll vary because there there some women that's capable of raising boys. I would say yeah, into men. There are some women who have um, the type of wherewithal where they will give a boy what he needs to become a good man. You know, uh, like my mom. My mom gave me structure. She gave me discipline. She gave me guidance to look at, you know, far as spirituality, So she taught me, stand up for what you believe is right. So these are characteristics that women have that they can impart to their sons.
Mm, yeah.
And these characteristics will help sons grow into decent men. If you teach them, my mom, taught me how to iron clothes. She taught me how to fold clothes. She showed me how to wash clothes, things of that nature. Wash dishes, to clean the bathroom, things. These are things that help a man be more independent so that his choices when it comes to women can be on a higher level. You just don't have to take anybody because you have some type of uh, background that you can add to a relationship. You can take care of yourself. You have your own self independence. Put it that way. Now, there are some women who will allow their sons to do whatever they want, who will reward their sons for bad behavior. Like if sons get F's in school, they'll go buy them a new pair of shoes. The son, they tell the son, don't go out the house. The son go out the house and come in 12, 1 o'clock at night. They won't say anything. So those particular type of women, no, they're unable to raise boys into men because they don't have the structure and the mental fortitude and the self discipline to impart to the young men. Because men, young men need to be disciplined. They need discipline. You need self discipline. You need to be able to discipline yourself. I mean, when we were coming up, there was a grade that you got. What was it called? Self 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 responsibility. You used to get a grade. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah, you should get a grade on that. If you were bad with your self responsibility or your self conduct, the way you conduct yourself. You got an F in that. That was self conduct. There was something to that effect.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you used to get a grade on that. So if you don't know how to conduct yourself, then that's a problem that affects you being a up a good version or a healthy version of a man. Because for as men, we want to be able to conduct ourselves properly. We want to be able to hold ourselves to certain standards and not allow ourselves to just fall for anything, as you were saying before. Like you didn't want to be no sucker, you didn't want to be no sap, you didn't want to be no flunky. So as a man, we want to be upright. We want to be respected as well as give respect. And if that's imparted into a young man, a young male, as they are a boy, when they're boys, then they'll grow into a decent man. Um, why don't you give us a call? Those of you, what do you think? Do you think a woman can raise a boy into a man? Call us at 973-460-1610. It's 973-460-1610. Do you think women are capable of raising boys into men? Call. We want to hear what you got to say. Or, as you say, leave your comments for later on, and we'll get to it later on. We'll read some out later on. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Um.
that's what we'll start doing. If we don't read them now, we'll read some out later on. What do you
Yeah.
think? What do you think as far as that? Do you think women are
Um.
capable of raising boys into men?
I mean, it could be done. I mean, because we seen it all over the world. We seen it close up, far away. She could raise a boy to be a man, but it's gonna be a big but attached to it. You know what I mean? Because it's just some things that a boy need to hear and see and learn from a man. You know what I mean? Uh, a woman could, I guess, only show you but so much. Now you probably got guys that turned out to be great men with just a mother. I'm not knocking that. And then you got great guys that turned out to be great men with a mother and a father, or just a father.
Right,
But we know in a nutshell that it's supposed to be mother, father, child. Like we know that, or we've heard that, or we've been taught that, or
right. Yeah,
or
we've
we
been
think
we've been
that.
taught that, and we've grew up around that for the
Yeah.
most part, seeing that it's been that way.
So I think a mother could raise a boy to be a man, but it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a void there. I think it's always gonna be a void in the guy's heart. Um, Somebody said give a shout out to his friend birthday. Um,
You know, we say happy birthday to who?
Dixon Mays. Happy birthday to Dixon Mays. Yeah, Dixon Mays.
Okay, we got you. So that's who it's for. Dixon Mays.
Yeah, yeah,
Have a
yeah, yeah.
happy day of life. Enjoy that day. Enjoy your day. We wish you many, many more. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, Kin Kin fan. Um, where we at? Oh,
Yeah, women raising the boys.
oh yeah, I'm finished with that. Yeah,
Okay, all right. So all right, now let's get into this. This is a spicy one. Some people say love hits instantly, like lightning. Others say that it's chemistry. You know, hits instantly. And love comes, and chemistry hit instantly, and love comes later. And then there are, some who say who both believe, who some folks that believe it can happen both ways. Now, the moment that passion doesn't cancel out the possibility of something real, So the question is, do you believe in love at first sight, or and do you believe that in sex on the first date? You believe in having sex on the first date?
I thought those two was love,
Do
love.
you love on the first sight, at the first sight, love at first sight? Like you see somebody and you can just automatically boom, hearts start flying and
Um,
angels playing the harp and
that
all that
that
stuff.
I think you could. Um, I think you could because it happened to me once in my life. Um, and the same time I had love at first sight, then I had the sex on the first date too. So
With the same person?
yeah, so I guess love at first sight. I don't really know if it would be love because if you don't know something about somebody, but I believe you could look at somebody and say that's gonna be my wife. You know what I mean? Or
Okay, you got a story about that. I was just thinking about that. You had told me a story about Joaquin with that.
oh
What
yeah, yeah, that's real. That's real.
right, right.
Yeah, that's real. Me and Joaquin working at the hospital. I remember that a long time ago.
So
And
what was share that one with the people? What happened?
um, we was working at St. Joseph Hospital. I don't really know the year. I started in '82, so it had to be either '82, '83, or '84. And we was all working at the hospital. Me, Joaquin, Rashawn, Willie Wilson, Father Nate Sean. We all was there. And I remember me and Joaquin was in the hallway, and then I guess it was a new female came in there. It was a housekeeper, a new woman, and I get Joaquin. I can't remember exactly what if he said that's gonna be my wife, or that's gonna be my woman, but I know from the time he first saw her, he knew that she was gonna be his, and he
Okay,
called it. He called it out.
right,
And I don't know if they made eye contact or whatever because I know me and him was together, standing together.
right.
If I recollect, and I believe she was just starting there. Maybe it was her first day or something. I'm not sure. You know, that was a long time ago. But yeah, he called it out. He said, I don't remember if he said that's gonna be my wife or if that's gonna be my or that she gonna be mine. But he called it out from first sight. So
Okay, and,
he talked it into existence,
and they still together today.
and that's crazy. That's crazy because that 80 talking about 82 or 83, 80 somewhere around between 82 and 84, I think something like that. 82, 83, 84, somewhere around there. So we
right.
talking about like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talking
Over 40 years ago.
over
Over
40 because
40 years.
I started there when I was 18 in
Yeah.
January '82. I was 18,
Yeah.
so
Over
it had to
40.
be
So
between
so
18 and
yeah.
20. Matter
Yeah.
of fact,
Over
no,
40
matter of fact,
years.
yeah, it had to be some. I'm gonna say 80. I'm gonna say 83,
Five
84,
say like
85,
85, 84.
80, 84, 85, 86 because I just thought about it when he was working there. First, I think he had a Spanish girlfriend when he
Okay.
first started there. Remember,
Yeah, yeah.
he had the Spanish girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just remembered that. I think Watwana or something like that,
Right,
right?
right, right.
Yeah, he had the Spanish girlfriend. So that was eight. That was when he first got there. So it had to be sometime after that. I don't really know what happened with him and the other girl, but I know he was with the Spanish girl when he started there.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, that's the case where love at first sight. and it's crazy because you just like they still together to this day, 40 something years,
40
40
some years
something years
later.
later. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. And I can remember that day like it was yesterday. He probably could tell you it better, but I remember that day. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I guess
There's
I
some
guess
truth
it's
to it.
I
There's some
guess it's
truth to
real.
it.
Love, yeah, love. I mean, yeah, because that's the actual fact.
Right. Uh,
So love at first sight. Now we talking about sex on the first date. I believe if it's two consenting adults, I guess sex on the first date is okay. Would you, as a man, want to hit something on the first date and then keep it and make it your own? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sure
I
some stories where it did happen. I'm pretty sure there's
oh
some
shit,
people that we could,
yeah,
maybe even some that's watching. You know what I mean?
shit. It happened to me. Shit, shit.
So yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah. So
maybe more than once.
right.
Shit. So yeah, so they both true. What you think about it though? Both of those.
Um, yeah. Well, I I believe that it's possible. Uh, there's another example. I was with C. Crawl. He
Yeah,
met his wife Rhonda
yeah,
downtown at Geno's. You remember Geno's used to be downtown before McDonald's? He
yeah.
met his wife
Geno's.
there. He saw her and was like, yo, that's I want her, man. That's gonna be mine. You know what I mean? And to this day, they still together.
They still together.
Right. And
That's
that's
longer.
40 plus years. You
That's
know what I
longer than
mean?
Joaquin.
40 plus years, yeah. So I mean, and I've I've like, you know, you meet somebody and you've known them for all these years. Like when I met my wife, one I would say 43 years ago.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? 43 years ago, we coming up to like July 5th will make 26 years of being married.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a quarter of a century in a year.
He said a quarter of a century.
A quarter of a century, man, in 1 year over.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah, definitely. You know, so I mean, so basically, yeah, I believe it would you call it love? Would you call it connection? Would you call it attraction? There's a lot of other words you probably can put in place for uh, other than love.
Yeah,
I think my wife liked to say love is a decision. I don't know if everybody would agree with that. I think some people think love just happens. But what
yeah,
I do know is that to remain in love, it requires some work. It requires some action. You know, you're not
yeah.
just going to remain in love and not put any effort towards it. Like on Five Heartbeats, remember my man said, every day I got to prove my love. you know, so I think that it was funny, but I think that's a true statement that it's necessary to prove that you love a person, to show that you love a person by doing things that allows them to feel like they're loved. So that's my view on it.
All right. Got one more question here.
Okay,
Uh,
we got Rob. about 10 minutes.
Which do you think is the best source for learning? Okay, this is a good one. Um, which one do you think is the best source for learning? Life experiences or book smarts?
Excuse me. Now, I guess it would depend, you know, it would depend on the situation, I would imagine. When it comes to certain situations, I think book smarts could be great. When it comes to like therapy, counseling, in some cases, I think book smarts could be great. Book smarts could be helpful because there's certain techniques that would be necessary to be used when you're doing your counseling or when you're trying to help a person put together a treatment plan or something like that. So that's when the book smarts would come in handy. However, there are other situations where I think street experience will supersede book smarts.
Yeah,
And I think that's when you're dealing with individuals who are kind of in tough situations and they're not ready. They don't believe in therapy, they don't believe in counseling. They just would like some help. That's when street smarts will play a part. When with an individual like that just wants some help getting out of the streets. You know what I mean? Or someone who is in a bad relationship and they need a pep talk on how to get away from that relationship, or even someone in a relationship that they want to kind of some direction of how they can make it better. So life experience with that, like for me, being married 26 years in 3 days, you best believe I got some life experience on marriage. You know what I mean? So I've learned some things that prior to being married I didn't know. For example, I learned sometimes it's better to just listen rather than to respond after hearing something being said from your significant other. In my case, from my wife. You know what I mean? So it's better for me to sometimes just listen. And at times, and fellas, jot this down because sometimes your lady may just want you to listen, and it may come across to you like she wants you an answer. She wants you to give a rebuttal. It may come across to you like that, or it may come across to you like she's attacking you. However, realistically, she's more times than not just expressing how she feels, and she's not coming out saying, "Babe, I feel like this, so I just want you to listen to me."
mm-hmm.
She may come out and with something you may say, "Where the heck did that come from? Why is she talking about that?" But that's a emotion that's bottling up inside of her that she wants to express to you. And take my advice, just listen and say, okay, is that all? Or would you like to share more with me? Trust me, it'll get you some brownie points, and it'll probably save you from getting into a full blown argument and ruin your whole night. So, uh, but what's your thoughts when it comes to that? Because we got about 5 minutes left.
Um, book smarts, book smarts is always helpful. It's always helpful, but life lessons they're gonna supersede it all because it's nothing like life lessons. Um, how many things we learned in our life that help us out today? Uh, book smarts they gonna have to go with single situations. Like so, if you read a book on, if you might have read a book on psychology, you know, it might help you in different genres and stuff. But the main thing is gonna help you in is psychology. If you read a book and it helped you with your pronunciation, um, like a book you want to be an English major or something like that. You know what I mean?
Linguistic books or something like that.
Yeah, now that's gonna
Linguistics.
help you out. You're gonna be able to talk proper, and you're gonna be able to this because it taught you all about everything about pronunciation and all that, and that might help you when you get in a job. You know what I mean? And that might help you when you wanna when you in court or you're in an interview. But it might don't help you when you get ready to get your ass whooped. So book smarts is good and they good for what they good for, but nah, I go with life experiences, man, because can can nothing top life experiences, man. And the older you get, the more you learn. I mean, nobody want to be an old dummy or old fool. you know, you wanna you wanna live and you wanna learn, and I just go with life experiences, man. Nothing tops life. Both together is cool. You stronger,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah.
but really you should have a little bit of both or a lot of both. But I life experience is number one for me. Life,
Okay.
I take that.
Okay. That's about our time, man. We got like a minute and a half left. Let the people know where they could see you at tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be at 10 o'clock. Everybody know I'll be on Facebook Live and TikTok Live, but I'm gonna make an announcement tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna put up a flyer maybe tonight. Tomorrow will be my last night on Facebook Live. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
going. I'm going completely TikTok because it's time for me to combine them together because I got it separated. A lot of people on Facebook and people, not a lot, but a handful of people on Facebook and a handful of people on TikTok. So I might as well combine them. And if I can't combine them, then I mean, I'll miss them. But I gotta, sometimes you gotta make a stand. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna choose TikTok right now. To me, right now, TikTok and Instagram is big neck and neck for what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with TikTok right now.
Okay.
Facebook is good. Don't get me wrong. You could it's still people monetizing off of Facebook, and Instagram and TikTok. But I think I got a better chance. You got to go by what you think you got a better chance.
Right.
I
Right.
think I got a better chance with TikTok right now. I think I do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You see the post I did on Facebook?
Yeah, yeah. With us
Oh,
and
yeah,
P, I seen one
yeah,
with P. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I seen that. That's
Oh,
what's
okay.
up, though.
I'll try to get some promotion. I put the books up there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Working
You know.
on something too. This thing go through. It's gonna. Uh, you'll be. We'll need some promotion for that too. I don't want to talk about it right now, but
All right.
it's something. It's something striving to put in the works. You know what I mean?
All right.
So, but yeah, it'll definitely be something that we can utilize you to do. All right.
We gotta keep moving. I got another. We've been doing this our whole life, but I got another one. I got a 3 year goal. I've been doing this my whole life.
Hey,
I mean,
man.
get rich or die trying, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
ain't like I'm homeless or a bum while I'm
yeah,
trying. So I'm still living. I'm still doing better than a lot of people, and or most, and a lot of people doing better than me. But I still accomplished a lot of stuff in this world.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But
You- you-
I just ain't accomplished what I want to accomplish yet. So now I got another, I got another goal, a 3 year goal before I'm 65.
Okay.
Um,
For me, that's only 2 years. I only got 2 years for that one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got
You know what
I
I
got
mean?
more time than you. I got about two and a
Yeah,
half, two
yeah,
and a
yeah. I
quarter.
got 2 years for that, man,
August.
and really not even a full two.
Oh yeah, you
I
don't got a
basically
full
got a
two. I got what's this? July, August, July,
yeah. I got
August.
a year and a half.
I got 2 years and 3 months. So I got really yeah. I got before the 2 years and 3 months. Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Got a
I thought
year.
I had 3 years. I
Yeah,
only got
got a year and a half,
I
man.
got 2 years and 3 months. But yeah, but I got this time. I'm really going for the gusto. I got 2 years and 3 months to do what I want to do, man. And you see so many people making it. You know what I mean? Content creators and like I just always been a person that like if somebody else could do it, my whole life been like that. Seen other people write books, I wrote books. Other people do
If they
movies,
can do
I
it, you
did
can
movies.
do it, right?
Yeah, you know, whatever I've seen people do, I did it. But this internet thing is a whole nother monster.
It's
I've been
yeah, yeah. It's a technique that you have to find that works for you. That's the thing about it.
That's the thing.
Right, right. You see, everybody got a different niche that works for them. So you can see a person do it, but you can't use what they're using to work for you because it's working for them.
And bingo.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So once
Well, I got 2 years and 3 months.
to figure that out.
Yeah,
We still have aspirations, man, and that's a great thing that we still
that's
have aspirations at our age. Where some people would be saying, "Man, y'all ready for retirement? Y'all might as well just sit back." Like my son like to say, "Man, your life over. You need to live for the children now, the grandchildren, and all that." That's what he be trying to tell me. I'm like, "What? That's what I've been doing for prior." living living for everybody else. Now I want to try to live for myself these few years, whatever I got left. Yeah, of course I'm always going to consider the grandchildren, the great grand, and the children. But at now and the wife, so I got to still consider me too. I want some stuff for me. I want to enjoy me in my life too.
yeah.
And so let me let the people know we also have a show coming on Sunday at 9 o'clock called the 17th Ave Family Live Podcast with myself and my man Big Moss, aka Joaquin.
I
Another
gotta
one of
check
our
it out.
17th Ave family brothers. So,
I gotta check it
tu-
out.
tune in to that. All right. So, with that being said, Stay focused, stay loyal, be considerate, love yourself and love others and be kind to yourself and others. Until next week, we leave you all with the glorious word of peace.
Peace.